Hey, it's Tom Baker, your local realtor. Everyone's asking me if home prices are about to crash in 2025. Short answer, they're not. I've been digging into this stuff because it matters. To me, to you, to anyone with a house or wanting one. Stick around. I've got 3 solid reasons why prices are holding up. Let's get on into it. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you never miss out on any of my real estate content. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest anywhere in the Portland metro area, all my contact information is below in the description. All right, I know the headlines are a mess. People keep texting me, Tom, is the market tanking? I've looked at the data. Here's the deal. The prices are actually going up 3 to 5% in 2025. Sounds wild, I know, but it's real. And I'm breaking it down with 3 big reasons that your home value isn't dropping. So you're going to want to hear this. Section number 1, we're going to talk about low inventory. The first thing, there's just not enough houses on the market. Listings in Portland are down, let's say 15% since last year this time. And it's not hard to see why. Builders can't crank them out fast enough, and people just aren't selling. If you're a client out there who's glued to your 2.5% interest rate from 2020, there's no budging. It makes sense, right? But here's the thing. The National Association of Realtors says that 60% of home buyers are, like most people, locked into a low rate, sitting tight. Less homes on the market means that the prices stay up. It's not rocket science. I talked to a seller last week who's holding out for a big payday. Smart move on their end, because now's the time to cash in if you're selling. Buyers, you're in a little bit of a scramble. Stuff's going to go quick. Want a heads up on where the prices are climbing in Portland? I got a list, so hit me up anytime. Flippers, those beat up houses in your suburbs, they're your ticket right now. Let's put some numbers on this. Portland's average home price is hovering around $540K right now. If that jumps 5% in 2025, like the experts are saying, that's $567K by the end of the year. And that's $27,000 in equity just sitting there. So sellers, you're looking at a nice chunk if you list soon. There's even homes in neighborhoods like Alberta or the St. John's area for, over a year now, that have gone for multiple offers over asking price, and in some cases even gone in one weekend. And it's just not talk. The entire Portland area has got a housing shortage, and it's been a headache for years. The city data shows that we're short something probably about 20,000 units to keep up with the demand. Builders are trying, permits are slow, and of course the lumber costs are still a mess. So yeah, don't expect a flood of new homes to crash this market anytime soon. If you're a buyer in this market, that means you're competing. So you got to get your ducks in a row, or you're stuck renting. Now let's jump into section number 2, interest rates stabilizing. These interest rates, they're high, especially if you're sitting in that 2% range. They're not that 3% fantasy anymore, but they're not spiraling either. The Fed's hinting that they'll level off sometime this year, and buyers are rolling with it. Pre-approvals are up 10% across the United States. More people buying keeps prices steady, plain and simple. Check this. If you're looking at a house that's $540K in the Portland area, 6% interest rate is about $3,300 a month. Back at 3%, it's about $2,200. That's close to a $1,000 gap. And if renters are telling me it's still better than the landlord's latest hike. I had a guy last month who was fed up, bought a place, done deal. People are still making it work out there. Sellers, this is your angle. You got to tell buyers to jump in before the rates jump up. Works every time. Buyers get that pre-approval, take an hour, it costs nothing. And once you're ahead of the game, one more piece of this and you're off to the races. Here's where it gets real for folks that are in the Portland metro area. The rents here are brutal. An average 2-bedroom is going to cost you close to $2,000, which is up 7% from last year. So if you people are doing the math and going, wait, I'd rather own a little more than keep renting. I talked to a couple that was in Northwest Portland, and they were paying close to $2,300 for a cramped apartment. Found the fixer-upper for around $500K, locked in a 6% interest rate, and their payments around $3,100, $3,200. That's building equity now, not just burning cash. And another thing, rates might not drop much, but they're not skyrocketing either. If they hover around 6%, maybe dip to 5.5% by this summer, that's still workable. Portland buyers are tough. They've dealt with worse in the past. And sellers, we got to play the stability card. By now, refinance later if rates ease, right? It's a solid pitch. I've seen it on closed deals. Buyers don't wait for some magical 3% to come back. Please, it's not 2021, and that's okay. Section number 3 is about investor confidence. These big companies are grabbing homes left and right, up 15% in Q1 of just this year, and they're not bailing. They're betting prices keep going up, and they will. In Portland, if you're an investor, the deals are up, let's say 12%, and those folks are not messing around. There's a guy that I talked to that sold a rental to an investor last fall. He goes, Tom, rents are solid, equity's building, I'm in. He's spot on. Rental yields are 6 to 7% in good areas. The Wall Street crowd's not selling. They're stacking properties. That's big clue prices aren't crashing. And if you're a fixer, now's your shot to buy low, fix it up, and ride the wave. Investors aren't sweating it, so why should you? So I got 3 neighborhoods in Portland they're eyeing me. You can contact me below in the description anytime if you want this list. Sellers' equity's looking pretty safe right now. Portland's a hot spot for this. Think about it. A $540,000 house renting for $2,500 a month, that's a 5.5% yield before the upkeep, and the rents just keep going up. I've got investors snapping up places in Gresham and outer southeast for stuff that's $450 to $500. It's fixable and rentable fast. One guy I spoke to flipped a bungalow in Woodstock. Bought it for around $480K, spent $60,000 fixing it up, sold it for $620,000 in 2 months. That's an $80K profit in a blink. Big firms like Blackstone are in the game too. They're buying whole blocks in the metro area. They're not going to quick flip. They're banking on Portland's growth. Portland's still climbing up 1% since last year, and our jobs are steady with tech and that remote work. That demand will not fade, so neither are prices. If you're sitting on a property, you're in a great spot, and investors are proving it. So, in 2025, no crash, prices are climbing, and that's where we're at. Curious what your house is worth in this market? In the description is all my contact information. You can call or text me anytime. And like I said, if you're new to my channel, please do yourself a favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of my game-changing real estate content. Until next time, my name is Tom Baker, your local realtor. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.